It's a good point.
Well, Duquesne, they got to shoot their free throws because they're going to be in the bonus a long time.
That's 3 misses now for Aaron Jackson. That one is the front end of a 1-on-1 miss.
And he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot of the times.
What a move by Johnson.
Exactly what you have to do. Take it to the heart of the defense.
See how fast he got to the basket?
Both of these teams have a lot of good athletes. Boulding is wide open on the opposite side. Jackson decides to pull it out a little bit. Dayton now playing, it looks like a little bit of a zone.
It's kind of a matchup. It's a 1-2-2 with Marcus Johnson out in front. Perry covering Boulding. Well, we said that Duquesne has been able to shoot over the defense tonight. The key with the 1-2-2, get it to the middle. Swing it. They do to Boulding for 3. No good. Saunders, though, with the rebound. No, he does get the putback.
The hardest thing to do and teach kids to make sure you find a man when you're playing zone defense, an offensive stick back for the Duquesne Dukes.
How about this? I don't think I expected we would see both teams playing a zone at one time in this game. I really didn't think it.
Both of these coaches really want to win. They'll throw their kitchen sink at you.
Alley-oop attempt for Little, and again, Warren is just off mark. That has to be the 5th time that they haven't been able to convert the alley-oop because of the pass.
And you're throwing the ball to Little and Wright, who can absolutely leap out of the gym, and there was just no way.
Evans right past this defense. Man-to-man now for Dayton as they switch it up. Saunders open for 3 up top. No good. Clark, though, battling for the rebound. It's a jump ball, and the possession goes to Dayton. 10-16 to play, second half. 51-41, the Dukes on top.
I think that Dayton has the right idea of throwing over the defense. But you got to make sure you're not looking at the spectaculars, trying to get it inside. You can't turn the ball over 4 times on alley-oops.
They leave Warren alone up top. If he wants to shoot, they'll let him. Now he cuts to the basket. He can do that well, and he misses the gimme. And the rebound off the putback and miss by Hillsman is to Jackson, who leaves it for Evans for 3. No good. And another offensive rebound. Jackson with the putback on the finger roll.
Brian Gregory's got to be pulling his hair out because this is unbelievable. London Warren making a great drive to the basket, missing it, and then an offensive stick back by Duquesne.
Timeout call by Brian Gregory. 9:51 to play. Duquesne with a 12-point lead, matching its largest lead of the night. Aggressive to the boards for Aaron Jackson.
Duquesne University basketball is sponsored by Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click.
There is a place where the bar is set as high as the mind can reach, where excellence is nurtured, and ethics matter just as much as success. There's a place that teaches not only what's true, but what's right. Not just what's acceptable, but what's honorable. That learning to lead a good life is just as important as learning to make a good living. That it's not enough to do well, but always, in all ways, to do more.
Chemical dependency can affect anyone at any time. Fortunately, there's hope. Call Greenbrier today.
You know you'd go from rags to riches, and that's what you get when you advertise with me at the Cable Girl.
Call me at 412-848-7788.
Hey, you got it right.
Today in America, nearly 13 million children live below the poverty line. Will you help? Go to povertyusa.org today.
Dayton trying to stop Duquesne, and they go into a zone defense. You'll see over here, Mickey Perry. Stop right there. Mickey Perry is guarding Bolden over there, the shooter. He's going to come over here and push him. Go ahead, push him over to Hillsman. You'll see him comes across the lane here. He'll push him. Okay, now the defense is out of alignment a little bit, and you'll see this area right here is going to be open for the offensive rebound. Nobody boxing out. Down low, you Had Saunders playing against Mickey Perry, and that is a big problem. When you play zone defense, you've got to find a man.
6 rebounds now for Saunders. You see the 2-point field goal shooting percentage for the Dukes in this game. That's a rather impressive 72.2%. That's the kind of percentage you would have from the free throw line if you're a successful team.
And Dayton really is trying to find a way. They hold opponents to 39% right now. Duquesne shooting 51%. That's a big difference.
Dayton with the ball up this timeout. Johnson, long range 3. And Warren runs out the offensive rebound. 9.5 to play. Johnson a little short with that shot, and Clark pulls down the rebound. Number 3 for Clark. Boulding to Evans. And now Duquesne, which has matched its largest lead of the night, 12. I was going to say that they have a chance to extend it, but Evans just dribbled that one right off his foot.
Not a good decision by Evans. Got around him, he slipped a little bit. Now Dayton has got to try to get some dribble drive. Don't rely on that jump shot. They're not shooting very well. They got to get the ball inside.
Little gets it inside, reverses his field, and without the backboard gets the bucket. 9 points now for Charles Little. Go along with 4 rebounds.
Duquesne's sort of setting up in a 4 corners type offense.
Is it too early for that?
Oh yeah, but I think they've changed up. It's fun to watch what this Dayton team does because they do so many different things, and everything revolves around their quick guards getting to the basket, and they're great athletes finishing shots.
Shot clock is at 3. Now at 2. Jackson with the shot clock at 1. How about that? Oh boy, is he feeling it now. 20 points for Aaron Jackson. He's 8 for 13 from the floor. And it's the largest lead of the night for Duquesne.
Well, offenses work a lot better when you got guys like Aaron Jackson in the lineup.
He was not going to pass that ball. Marcus Johnson misses the 3. Rebound tipped out, picked up by Mickey Perry. Little, as that ball goes off the shoulder of Boulding and out of bounds. Well, the Duquesne Dukes with a 13-point lead, 7:46 to play. Aaron Jackson wants his senior season to move on.
Always a great price. That's the Barrel Low Price Promise. Like a brand new Mitsubishi Lancer for just $169 a month. It's the Barrel Low Price Promise at Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click.
Welcome to LECOM, a place where students acquire the confidence to confront some of life's toughest challenges. Where teachers offer not just words, but a world of experience. Where success comes only after sacrifice. A place where graduates go on to shape the next generation of medicine. LECOM, prepare yourself.
At 10 o'clock, it's about time. On Channel 11 News on Fox 53 at 10, we bring you live coverage of the day's news stories without wasting your time.
Chopper 11 live above the scene.
Plus, Chief Meteorologist Julie Bologna with your severe weather Team 11 forecast for today, tomorrow, and the next 5 days. Watch Channel 11 News on Fox 53 at 10, because at 10 o'clock, it's about time.
Always a great price. That's the Barrel Low Price Promise. Like the amazing new Kia Spectra for just $159 a month. It's the Barrel Low Price Promise at Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click.
So the A10 Men's Championship will continue tomorrow night when the Temple Owls will face either Dayton or Duquesne. And if you don't have tickets yet, go to the Boardwalk Call Ticket Office or call Ticketmaster, and be sure to visit AtlanticCityNJ.com for all the latest information about tickets, discounts, and the fan zone. That's AtlanticCityNJ.com. Well, Aaron Jackson has started to take over a little bit here in the second half, Steve.
He really has, whether it's from the outside or in transition. He's really been the key. We've talked about it this whole tournament. When he's in the game, anything can happen. He's combustible, 8 for 13. The only bad thing he's done, he's 1 for 4 from the free throw line. He does have a couple turnovers.
First 2 rounds of this tournament, 17.5 points per game. Tonight, 20 points. The 6th player in Duquesne history to have 100 assists in 3 consecutive years. And he would have made it 4 straight if not for his freshman year when he had just 97. How about that? Boulding off the turnover, and he lays it in. And the lead is stretched now to 15.
And Brian Gregory's got to be beside himself after a timeout. That's like the 3rd or 4th time we've seen teams turn the ball over right out of a timeout. Got to take care of that basketball. Dayton has to get something going offensively, or this thing is going to be over right now. 15-point lead with a team that doesn't shoot the ball real well.
How about Duquesne has 2 20-point scorers? We're not even at the 7-minute mark here in the second half.
And one of them, Bolden, I didn't expect that at him.
No. Wright stumbles to the hoop and is called for the travel. That was a good defensive stand because the defender backed off as Wright was spinning. And he had nobody to lead onto. So this 15-6 run for Duquesne over the last 7.5 minutes could continue here with his offensive possession.
Well, they average 14, a little bit under 14 turnovers a game so far. They already have 14. Not taking care of the basketball.
Under 7 to play. Shot clock at 15. Jackson covered by Warren. Crossover into the paint. Leaves it down low to Saunders. Tough pass. Here's Boulding from the corner. Good. It's another 3 for Boulding. 23 points. 7 of 10 from 3. And Wright with a quiet answer. 16-point lead for Duquesne. You know, anything can happen when it comes to a tournament. And obviously Duquesne had every chance, like everybody else, to get to the finals, and they're not there yet. But I think the way they're doing it tonight, holding Dayton to 45 points, leading them by 16 with 6:05 to play and counting. That's the stunning part.
Well, and they're clearly dominating the game. And if he would have made that, I would have taken my head straight off the walk, though.
Aaron Jackson called for the travel.
Well, right now they're putting their footies on and trying to see if that glass slipper is going to fit Jackson's feet. Like in a cartoon character that's throwing it up very quick. You know those cartoon guys move their feet real quick.
A little Barney Rubble or Fred Flintstone. Under 6 minutes now to play.
Dayton's got to continue trying to go offensively, and they've had no answer really against this Duquesne zone.
Meanwhile, the answer for Duquesne against the Dayton zone and man-to-man defense has been Melquan Boulding, who has 7 threes, the most this season in a game for the Dukes. And Mickey Perry gets a 3 there to bring Dayton within 13.
There's a lot of time left with 5 minutes to play. And the way Duquesne plays, they're not a team that's going to hold on to the ball.
Evans got separation. Didn't have the touch, though. Here's Warren to a cutting right with a slam.
That's just what the doctor ordered for the Dayton Flyers. Great pass by London Warren. And the slam by Wright.
And a timeout called by Ron Everhart.
You'll see here, London Warren setting up Mickey Perry with the handoff. Dayton not able to do that throughout this game. And then in transition off the miss from Evans, a great pass from London Warren to the high flyer, Chris Wright.
That is 11 assists for London Warren. No points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds for London Warren. All right, there's still 5:17 to play, and this is just an 11-point game. If Dayton were to lose this ball game, I still think they're in the NCAA tournament. What do you think?
I don't think there's a question at all.
I don't think there is either.
And I'll tell you the reason why. You check out the conference numbers, but you look at their out-of-conference. You also have to look at the RPI of this league and also the BCS wins from this league. I mean, this is a league that basically is 16 wins versus the BCS teams, the most of any non-BCS league. It's 5th nationally.
And you saw their strength of schedule, their RPI. Big wins. And right now they're riding a 7-0 run back into this ball game, down 11. Again, it was an 18-point lead for Duquesne. And a turnover. Here comes Perry, and he's hit out along the perimeter. Evans slows him down, and he's called for the personal foul. Under 5 minutes to play.
The last 2 minutes, Duquesne has pushed their offense back out. Still doing dribble drive, but not taking care of the basketball. Couple turnovers, an errant shot by Evans. And Dayton looking to cut it under double figures.
Nice pass by Wright. Little doesn't get it the first time, gets it the second time. It's a 9-0 run.
Mickey Perry started with his little jump shot. Now you got to protect the three, especially with Perry. And now Duquesne going to the free throw line. We'll see if that's good news or bad news for the Dukes.
First foul on Perry. Nice look by Wright. Way to stay with it for Charles Little.
The reason why that happened is Perry's on that side. You have to give him attention. When nobody's hitting the outside jump shot, you can pack it in, and that's what Duquesne's been doing the whole evening.
Evans to the line. Makes the first, he'll get a second.
We've talked about all the good freshmen in the country, a lot of good rookie guards, Kwame Mitchell, Terrell Holloway, and this kid is right up there with them.
Andrew Nicholson from St. Bonaventure. He was the Rookie of the Year in the Atlantic 10.
There's some great players out there.
Back to an 11-point lead thanks to the two made free throws. Duquesne now 4 of 7 from the line, make it 5 of 8. Under 4.5 to play.
Duquesne is extending their defense and leaving the middle open. The only guy that they're not guarding is London Warren.
Chris Wright called for the offensive foul there.
You see right here, they're extending their defense because Johnson, 32, Mickey Perry can shoot, and there's a little bit more room. The only guy that's not taking the defensive pressure is London Warren. That middle's open.
Yeah, teams kind of allow him, if he wants to shoot a three, to take it. He doesn't shoot that much. Evans can't get the roll again. That one from about 3 feet. He missed a 4-footer before.
He was wide open.
Wide open.
He looked and where's the defense?
He was stunned, I think. So it's still an 11-point game, but we hit the 4-minute mark in the second half.
Perry or Johnson need to hit a jumper to really loosen this defense.
Here's Perry with a nice touch off the glass.
Perry having a great game.
He's got 10 points.
Offensively, doing a nice job.
Evans and Perry with some contact. Perry quickly got up.
Perry's bumping.
He's talking to Evans while he's working him along the perimeter.
He's got his mojo going right now. Playing well offensively. It should go the other way. Your defense should get your offense, but right now his offense is getting his defense.
Shot clock under 10. Evans to the basket. A teardrop. That one goes down.
This kid has got no conscience. He's taken 3 of the last 4 shots in clutch time. Only 3 minutes to go in the game. Freshman coming big.
Right with the spin move and the double team with Saunders produces the turnover. Jackson to Saunders. Back to Jackson. Wide open layup. And it's back to a 13-point lead.
That is Saunders again making an unbelievable pass. Most guys would have taken that to the basket, but Saunders setting up his teammates.
And a timeout called by Brian Gregory.
Saunders with 4 assists and none bigger than this right here. The old passing trick where you don't dribble. Just no dribble. Just pass it up back and forth. And it starts with their defense.
It's the weave.
That's exactly what it is, but that's just so unselfish.
Well, Dayton in this ball game has allowed Duquesne to shoot 54% from the floor, and they average defensively just 39% normally.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, Duquesne, Ron Everhart said, he said it more than once to me, if we shoot, we're a good team. And that sounds so simple, but they're a team that's so athletic. If they shoot and they can also dribble penetrate, it's all over but the icy hot.
Well, they're 10 of 25 from outside the arc. That's some pretty impressive shooting from beyond the three-point line. 13-point lead for the Dukes. 2:45 to play. Right to Williams. Ryan Gregory looking for a combination that might produce not only an offensive bucket, but also a defensive stop. No bucket there. Let's see if he can get the defensive stop here. Evans has really been a spark plug for this team.
And this time of game, when you got guys right now, I don't see anybody on the court that can't dribble to the basket and drive around their man. They're just very, very quick and athletic. Not very big, but right now at the end of the game, you don't need a big man in there.
Whistle blows and a foul called on London Warren. And Aaron Jackson is going to be able to get 2 free throws. When we return, he's going to try to ice this one for Duquesne. They lead it by 13.
Welcome to LECOM, a place where students prepare themselves not just for a career, but a calling. A place dedicated to the science of healing and a passion for caring, where future doctors learn to partner with their patients. A place where medicine is connected to a greater purpose. LECOM, prepare yourself.
Finding a way to give equal time to our 2 #1 Cochran Hyundai locations in one commercial has left me beside myself. So we're splitting this message right down the middle. Hey, I saw that.
Now get huge savings on all #1 Cochran Hyundais. Brand new Elantras just reduced to $77.88. 09 Sonatas from just $89.88. Plus our Hyundai Assurance Plus going on now at #1 Cochran in
South Hills and Monroeville. Next time I go first.
Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Comia Co. Incorporated.
At 412-848-7788. Advertise your business.
And she'll do it your way, yes, your way.
I'm Deborah Norval. If you know a veteran who seems angry or sad or isolated, you may be seeing warning signs of depression or suicide. The VA is ready to help. Call 1-800-273-TALK and press 1.
Well, the last time Duquesne went to the Atlantic 10 championship was back in 1981, and my partner was playing for the Xavier Musketeers at the time. Their only Atlantic 10 championship was back in 1977. They're closing the Spectrum this year. In fact, the Sixers were playing there tonight. And that's when the Atlantic 10 championship occurred at the Spectrum. And look who's left. Duquesne, George Washington, and UMass. Look at the other teams that were in the A10 at the time. How about Pittsburgh, West Virginia, Villanova, Penn State?
I think it was called the Eastern 8 back then. That's it. Norm Nixon. What a great player, Ron Everhart. Trying to get the old guys back into the program. He has led this resurgence. Greg Amodio, the athletic director, trying to get the Palumbo Center on campus fired up, having better crowds than they've ever had. Excitement back in Pittsburgh.
23 points for Aaron Jackson. Make it 24, and it's a 15-point lead. 2:10 and counting to play, second half. Little. Oh, way to go through the defense there. He hung up nicely.
You need to do that as soon as you see them play in the zone. They've waited a little bit too long, and you'll see Little trying to knife through. Earlier in the game, though, Duquesne was having none of that. They would stick up there and either foul him or try to take the charge. But as the clock's winding down, they're just making sure that Dayton doesn't hit threes.
Just saw Ron Everhart over on the sidelines as Evans goes to the free throw line. 8 points. 2 for 2 from the line. 9 points, 3 for 3 from the line. Ron Everhart, part of a trio of coaches in Pittsburgh that have really done a nice job. Jamie Dixon, of course, from Pittsburgh. Ron Everhart, Duquesne. And how about Mike Rice and Robert Morris with the job he's done leading Robert Morris to the NCAA tournament. A rebound by Bill Clark. I mean, Pittsburgh is Steelers country. But they're talking a little college basketball right now.
Well, Coach Tomlin's a sophomore. He's not a rookie, but that's still pretty darn good. And, you know, you got to give some credit to Eric Evans coming off the bench, replacing Jason Duty, who hurt his ankle. Duty right now, not even on the bench. Eric Evans coming in and relieving him and doing a great job.
Yeah, Duty's standing behind the bench in the back corner. Shot clock under 10. Game clock heading to 120. Evans, shot blocked by Perry. Picked up by Boulding. Violation. Boulding the way he should have just thrown it up from midcourt.
That was good defense by Mickey Perry. He was taken out of the game earlier when Evans just schooled him off the dribble.
There's Jason Duty, injured his ankle earlier in this half. Luke Fabrizius enters the game. He's a three-point shooter. Nice move by Mickey Perry, and a timeout called by Dayton. They've got one left. Well, here's the story as far as the Atlantic 10 tournament is concerned. Temple has moved on thanks to a 2-point win over the top seed Xavier. They await the winner of this one, and it looks like it's going to be Duquesne, the number 7 seed. So it'll be 4 against 7 in the championship if this margin holds up.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. Right here. I'm going to put that right there. Okay, that's enough. That's why they're both D's. I put it in there. It isn't over till I start singing.
Oh, then it's really going to be over for everybody. All right, 3 scores for Duquesne. Jackson, Boulding, and Saunders have played every minute of this ball game for the Dukes. Now that's a difference from the first year with Ron Everhart, when he played 5 for 3 minutes, then played 5 for 3 minutes, then played 5 for another 3 minutes, and on they went.
He is really a chameleon as a coach. He adapts, shows you what a good mind he has. Being able to do that, that's just very hard.
London Warren fouls Eric Evans with 1:07 to play.
You know, actually, this is a great year. He's coached great, but I think that first year he got there, I was amazed, and may be his best coaching ever in his 3 years. But you look at this, it's not anywhere near over.
That first year, when he was battling diverticulitis, they beat Boston College, which was a ranked team at the time in Boston, and he wasn't there. Evans makes the first free throw.
He wasn't there, but I'll tell you what, they knew where he was, and they went out there to win it for him.
Perry from 3, and it's good. Boy, that is a heck of a shot by Mickey Perry.
Well, that bodes well for the NCAA tournament. I really do think Dayton's in. I don't even think that's a question. But if they can get Mickey Perry to hit some jump shots, when you watch this film, it'll mean a little bit more knowing that Mickey Perry was able to hit some jump shots outside. It's going to be harder to play zone against them.
Well, timeout called by Duquesne earlier this year when you and I saw Dayton play St. Joseph's. Mickey Perry, I mean, he didn't play. And he wasn't playing, a transfer that was kind of heralded coming out of Wisconsin. And he's really gotten himself into the mix here. Now, you look at the projected bids by conference. Big 10 with 8, Big East with 7. It might be 8 for the Big East. ACC with 6, and the Atlantic 10 projected bids would be 3. And in all honesty, Xavier's in. You and I think Dayton's in. So if Dayton loses, then the A10, yeah, is probably going to get 3.
And I really do think that Temple, although they probably will have to win the tournament, I look at their RPI and strength of schedule. They're on the bubble as it is right now.
And Rhode Island was until their loss to Duquesne. And the Temple players, Sergio Olmos, he's to your left. Lavoy Allen to your right, watching to see who their opponent's going to be tomorrow. Jason Duty fouled by Fabrizius, and he came down hard on that sore ankle.
He's still limping a little bit, but they want to get all their ball handlers in their game and their free throw shooters.
Yeah, and he's an 88.6% shooter from the line.
So with 55 seconds left, a 12-point lead. Ron Everhart not taking anything for granted. Still coaching to make sure he puts his shooters in the game.
Ron Everhart, 46 years old. He grew up just south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Duty misses both free throws. Here's London Warren up the floor. Nice behind the back dribble. Fabrizius for 3, short. Long rebound. Clark has it, picks it back up, looks at Jackson, instead goes to Boulding. He doesn't get the roll, but he's going to get some free throws.
Another unselfish play, and Boulding looks like he's hurt.
Hey, he got hit pretty hard as he was going to the basket. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
See the great hustle play by Clark. And once again, this team looking to give the ball up. And a strong play. Looks like he got hit in the face. We're talking about Ron Everhart. How he grew up in that area around Pittsburgh. And he really did listen to the games and love the Duquesne program. And it wasn't a line. You know, you go to those press conferences. Yeah, well, you know, hey, I love this team. What's their nickname? No, he knew all about it. He knew the history, the rich history. People right now only know what has happened recently. Duquesne had a rich history of basketball, and now he's turned it back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
London Warren, by the way, fouls out. And Boulding will go to the free throw line for 2. And he makes the first. Ron Everhart's coaching career began. There's London Warren sitting next to Brian Gregory. 12 assists. That's a career high. Some of his alley-oop attempts weren't great. And Brian Gregory chatting with London Warren right now and continuing to do a little teaching. Second shot no good for Boulding. Perry up the floor. Fabrizius up top for 3. Good. And a timeout called by Brian Gregory. It's a 10-point game, 34.6 to play. Well, it's been a busy week in college basketball. It's been a busy Friday. It was a busy Thursday. And it's going to be a busy Saturday. And then the selection show is on Sunday. Here's what's happening in college basketball. Memphis defeated Houston 74-49. And they'll move on in the Conference USA tournament. Tulsa's moved on as well. They beat UAB. Pitt lost to West Virginia by 14 last night. That was only the prelude to that 6-overtime marathon at the Garden between Syracuse and UConn. And earlier today, North Carolina knocked off Virginia Tech and possibly knocked Virginia Tech out of the NCAA tournament.
And I think this right here, that is really crazy right now, what's going on there. Travis Ford and Oklahoma State beating Oklahoma. And Baylor upsetting Kansas.
And if Dayton winds up losing this one, then the members of that band and their team and their fans, and it is a great fan base. You know, the folks in the Cincinnati area, they have Xavier, they have University of Cincinnati. Dayton is 40 minutes or so, depending on how quick you want to drive from Cincinnati.
Wright State.
Yep.
You have Butler, which is not that far away. You have Lexington. You have UK.
Well, they love their college basketball.
Miami of Ohio. I mean, there's a lot of good programs around there in that tri-state area. But Dayton, I'll tell you, their fans are phenomenal.
Duty with the inbound to Clark, fouled by Johnson.
You look at this Dayton team, and you look at these coaches in this conference. You get to know them, and you hate to see a team lose. Brian Gregory done such a great job at Dayton.
He really has done a very good job.
You know, and you got to realize that he came in to Dayton, and the point guard of the future was Trent Meacham, who's now playing for Illinois. Transferred, left him without a point guard. He really struggled. Went to the NCAA, but then he struggled trying, to figure out what he was going to do the next couple of years. It's very hard when you rest a lot on your point guard. I remember Skip Prosser telling me how tough it was when Chris Paul left. It really upset the apple cart there.
Here's Perry, and a shot blocked by Saunders. Pretty good exclamation point right there by the Dukes.
This Duquesne team, they are athletic, maybe as athletic as Dayton. I think Dayton has got some superior athletes, but Duquesne, you got to take your hat off to these guys. They have played a great basketball game.
What a follow by Marcus Johnson. He took his headband off. Makes this an 8-point game, or 9-point game, excuse me, 75-66. As far as athleticism goes, this is pretty athletic right here.
See Johnson coming in on the stick back. That's something Ron Everhart, even though the game seems to be in the bag, he's going to still talk to him about second chance points, and you have to learn to finish.
And Clark finishes off that free throw there. 4 points for Clark. Not a great night for him offensively. after having 19 points and 13 rebounds last night.
We talked about how the free throws may be the determining factor. Duquesne has made just enough to keep themselves in the game.
Yeah, 15 of 22.
They were in the bonus very, very early.
Johnson misses the three. Clock winds under 10. Duquesne with the ball. Here's Evans in the open floor. He'll pull it back. Smartly done. And how about this, folks? The Dukes of Duquesne have surprised everyone, with maybe the exception of themselves, and have advanced to the Atlantic 10 championship for the first time since 1981. And they have a date set now with the Temple Owls. The final score, it's Duquesne 77 and Dayton 66. We'll be back after these messages. This presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich.
The finest leather boots are at Big Phil's Boot Shop. For breakfast, try Chick-fil-A's tasty chicken biscuits, chicken minis, or breakfast burritos.
So you've won your first big tournament. Now what? Stock up for the next one.
It's the final days of the Bass Pro Shop Spring Fishing Classic, our biggest sale of the year. Don't miss these one-day-only specials. Thursday, Mercury Premium Oil is only $17.94 a gallon. And Friday, save 60% on Warden's Original Rooster Tails.
Your total comes to $123.52.
They're out there, and they're getting closer with every tick of the clock. With every three-pointer made. With every steal and loose ball lost. They strike without warning. Their message is clear. No team is safe. See the teams making noise all season long on the CBS College Sports Network.
Watch Bracket Breakdown presented by Bass Pro Shops immediately following the CBS NCAA Selection Show Sunday at 7. The greatest college sports video library of all time. Introducing the new NCAA.com, the official site of college sports.
Well, when they laid it out before the start of the Atlantic 10 tournament, I'm not sure if anybody thought it would be Duquesne in the championship game against the Temple Owls.
Well, you hit it on the head. I think that the Duquesne team thought they would be in the finals, but LaVoy Allen and Sergio Olmos are going to have to stop some guys on dribble penetration tomorrow night.
Well, good for Ron Everhart and the Duquesne Dukes and his program. They'll be Temple in the championship game. So now for Steve Wolf and our entire crew, I'm Tom McCarthy. For the latest Atlantic 10 scores, news, highlights, and analysis, hey, log on to Atlantic10.com. This has been a presentation of CBS College Sports, the pulse of college sports. Things are jumbled around in the Atlantic 10. So long, everybody from Atlantic City. Thanks for watching.